Welcome to my channel, Mainframe Concepts, where we talk about mainframe concepts. And today we're going to talk about how we can wrap the 3270 screen on a web GUI interface. What we're going to do today is we're going to first see how we can display the actual screen on a web browser, and then we'll send commands from the web browser to the emulator, and then we're going to wrap the 3270 screen on a GUI interface. We're going to start a command, and we're going to start the emulator, and you notice that there's a HTTPD parameter which specifies the port that we will use to display the contents of the screen on the web browser. And the script port we talked about a few videos ago, it's where you push the commands to the emulator so that it can emulate a person typing on a keyboard. So we're going to begin, and we're going to type localhost 8181. Here you see what it contains. You have that directory 3270, and you have three options. We'll click on that option there. You immediately see the contents of the screen, and if you notice, as I enter something on the emulator, you can actually refresh the page and it's going to display whatever is on the screen. Where can you use this? You can actually write a code to read the contents of a screen in HTML and do whatever you want with it and format it so that it comes back. And you can actually use that HTML format to wrap it into another HTML user interface. So here you see that we're navigating through the screens, displaying specific file names. And as we go through, you can see that the screen is being displayed. It's being shown on the web browser. So now we're logging off. We're going to do the second exercise, which is to enter the commands directly from the web browser. So to do this, we go back to the folder, and on that folder, we click on that interactive HTML. And here you see on the top is where you put your commands. And as you put the command, it's going to send that command over to your 3270 emulator. And it's also going to refresh your screen as you type it, as it receives the response. So if you notice that the one on the left is your emulator, and the one on the right is your web browser, and this is where you enter your commands. And it's being sent over to the 3270 emulator, and it comes back and shows you what's on your screen. So here we're going to do the same thing as we did earlier. We're just going to list some files, and we're going to see whatever information about that file is shown on the screen. And as you type whatever command, you press enter, it sends it on to the 3270 emulator, and then it comes back, and the web browser refreshes it and shows the contents of the screen. You log off. And now we're going to do something more fancy. We're going to write a Perl script that will actually translate the screen and reformat the screen into something that's more friendly. This is the code that I use. I'm not going to show the entire code. But if you want a copy of this, you can just put your contact information on the comments, and I will find a way to get it to you. Here you can see I'm going to execute a CGI. I'm running Apache as the web server, and underneath is a Perl script. And here you can see the interface is different from the screen. The one on the right is formatted, and the one on the left is still the 3270 screen. And you see that there's a lot more things that are added on the screen. It looks a lot, quote, fancier, but you can also pick up whatever contents of the screen and put it on the web page. And also notice that it looks totally different. And here you can put the name and the password, whereas on the screen you just ask for a user ID first. And you can see that it goes through, it sends those commands and walks through the keystrokes. And you can see the fortune cookie displayed. And if you click enter, what we want to do is we want to just display information of some of the files. So here, if you notice that it's automatically entering those keystrokes and displaying those screens, and here you have the result. And if you can see, the result is different from the one on the screen. It's a lot easier to read, especially if you look at the header. The header on the 3270 is sort of cryptic, but here on the web page, you have a more complete definition of it or description of it. And you can also see like some fields where it's blank on the screen or 0 on the screen. It's marked as NA and shaded with red. And if there's a blank record format, it's highlighted as in red as undefined. You can also see that if you notice, there are 2 extra columns here which are not displayed on the screen and which you can display by pressing P11. It's the creation date and the expiry date. So on the screen you have to do 2 pages, whereas on this web page you have 1 page. And also, if you look at the dates, it's in Gregorian date on the 3270, but on the website, it's converted into a normal user readable format. So now let's display another high-level concept, and here you can see the result. And let's try another one. Let's list out sys2, and it's going to list out those sys2 files. So here's an example of how you can modernize the 3270 screen by writing a Perl script and displaying it on a web page. So when you're running a CGI on an Apache, you can format it in such a way and easily readable, and you can use JavaScript and all that to make it more fancy. So what does this show? It shows that you can modernize your application by wrapping a 3270 screen with a web GUI interface. Thank you for watching, and please like, subscribe, and comment below. Thank you.